Last week, Main Street Cycle in Mississippi contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested in making a video about installing their twin overhead fans, which come with dome lights, in my Segway Villain. Now, they want me to shoot a video of the install and review it. You'll never guess what I said. Yes. Well, a few days later, that unit arrived, and it's huge. Looks really sturdy. I'm pretty excited. Now, these fans are rated at 1,000 cubic feet per minute. So yesterday, I took it and my Villain over to my friend's house. Larry has a garage full of tools and everything I could possibly need for the installation. I got to tell you, between the attention needed for the installation and Larry's shop, I got distracted. So there's going to be still photos, which I think are better anyway for showing you some of the details, but not a whole lot of video.
So I'm over at Larry's garage. It's hard to get an appointment here, but when you do, stuff happens. So we were just simply going to install this new fan from MSC, but he said, wait a minute, this needs a light. And he felt like this part back here where it says Villain should be lit up. So of course we had to make a modification. And by we, I mean Larry. And now you can see he only had some yellow lights around, so that's why it's kind of a yellow looking Team MSC, and even the Villain. So at night when I turn the lights on, it's going to be extra cool. So here's what it's going to look like in the dark. You hit the light switch and check that out. And then of course from the back of the Villain, they'll see this. Yep, that's going to look really good. Alright, so it's pretty dirty in here. I cleaned my Villain, but obviously not that part. And you can see there's a hole here and there's a hole over here, so you can run the wire wherever you want. We chose.
Right, this is the time for me to tell you, in the description for this video, there are links to where Larry purchased those copper lugs that you see on the end of the two power wires. And there's other information there too with a couple of links, so you may want to go look at the description for more details. But basically you just crimp those copper lugs onto the red and black wire. Now when that didn't work out too well, Larry had this thing called a hammer and when he was done they were not coming off, and those we will eventually bolt to the battery with the bolts that are already part of the battery.
We chose over by the door, and you can see where it comes down here, and then we're going to fish it and send it up in a minute. Now, I want to take this cover off so I can feed the wire up in through here, and you can see it has 4 of these Allens, and that's a number 5. So now that the wire is coming out here, you can just kind of follow right along. Look at that. It goes up there nice and easy along the shock. Right through here. See, there's the shock. And now that I have that cover pulled off, and there were 5 bolts, not 4, all I got to do is figure out how I'm going to run it right along here. So we opted to put a fuse holder with a 10 amp fuse in the line since we were plugging it directly into the battery.
So you can see from the photos, there's a very limited space on either side on the roll cage. The one yellow line you're looking at next to the bracket that holds part of the roof, and then there's another yellow line on the other side of the plate that is a reinforcement for where the roll cage bends to come down towards the windshield. So with that limited space, my recommendation is you take your brackets for one side, you hang them both up there, and if you're by yourself, you put a blanket or something down to protect your seats. So one end goes on the seat, the other end you hold up in the air and line up each bracket one at a time get your bolts. There's a washer on either side, so 2 washers, and then put your nut on. And you'll wish you had 4 hands, but there's not room for even 2 hands. So, and these I think are a number 11. I'll double check that. So once and leave it loose so that it can pivot and you can kind of line it up and get it where you want, and then go around to the other side and you can hold it up and do the same thing. Put the brackets in first, hold the plate up, and 1 bolt at a time. Now, Larry and I were 1 in each seat, and we did not use this method. That was an afterthought. We were holding on to it, wearing ourselves out, trying to keep it up there while one of us was getting a bolt. So don't do that. Make it easy on yourself. Now that you have the fan mounted to the cage, before you tighten everything down, be sure you connect the connector to all of our other wiring, including that inline fuse. It should be easy to do right now. Whatever you choose for, making it stay together. And don't forget to put those copper lugs, the other end of your power wire, onto the battery. Tighten all that down. Put the cover back on behind the driver's seat, the cover over the battery. Make it look nice and neat. And that should be it. Well, one thing, be sure you test it all before you seal it all up. Should look great. And bear in mind, you do not have to add the extra lights that Larry did. I think it does make it look very cool, but it's not necessary. It's fine just the way it is from the factory. Now, Friday, I'm going to give this a serious test ride because it's supposed to be 98 degrees, and we're going for a ride. So watch for my video next week for the Sycamore Creek ride, where I will tell you how it worked out. But testing it by just setting in the seat, that fan is powerful. Both of them are 1,000 cubic feet per minute. Wow. And there is a link in the details under the video that will get you to Main Street Cycle if you want to buy one of these. Well, I hope you found this informative. Thank you very much for watching.